what is the point of dating? That's what needs to be asked. See, when people want to have a boyfriend or want to have a girlfriend, that's what I ask them, why? Like, for instance, why do you need a car? You would say, so I can use that as transportation and get to and from work, to get to the grocery store, to go to family events. You would name off a lot of things on why you need that car. But when I ask people a lot of times, when they say, they want a boyfriend, they want a girlfriend, I say, why? What's the intent? Because let's just be real. There comes a time when you go through puberty and the sex hormones and all this stuff kind of kick in. And all of a sudden, what they call raging teenager hormones, is sexually kind of driven. So I can understand that. See, that's what I'm saying. It's sexually driven is why you would want another mate. But my point is, besides that, we're not talking about that. That comes later on. But what is the purpose of it? And what I simply say, the purpose of you dating somebody should be with the intent to marry. Not know I just want a boyfriend just to have one. I want a girlfriend just to have one. The intent should be exclusively with the intentions of getting married. That's what it should be there for. Otherwise, I don't know what's the point. What's the point of just being in a relationship, being boyfriend and girlfriend to what? The whole purpose that God even put it together was for marriage, because if it wasn't, Adam and Eve never would have been considered husband and wife. There was no priest or nothing like that there when Adam and Eve got married or nothing like that. Where was a priest or what we do today with some pastor or some marrying us? There was none of that in the Bible at all. It'd say something like, and he took her to be his wife. Something like that. It didn't say he took her, dated her for 2-3 years, which that's ridiculous if it takes that long for you to marry somebody, in my opinion. But what is I don't get what is the reason behind all that? What is your reason for wanting to date somebody just for the sake of dating without no intentions on getting married? See, when I met my wife, my intentions was there. My intention since I was like 16, 17 years old was when I found the very person that I wrote down in my journal. Yeah, I wrote down in the journal. I wrote in my journal 2 or 3 times a week stating what type of wife I wanted, how I wanted her to look, how I wanted her to be, and all that. And after that, I put it to the side and I waited for it to come. They call those self-written affirmations, So whenever I met my wife and I started to see all these very things that I had prayed for and that I wanted in a woman was in her, it was no, oh my God, I'm falling in love or anything like that. It was more like amazement, like, is this for real? This is just my, But like I said, me and my wife, we talked a lot. But what we talked about was our goals, was what we wanted futuristically in our own lives. But we also had marriage in there too. Both of us talked about how we both would want to be married. But the intent of me and her dating was for that specific purpose. We wasn't dating each other just to be, because my wife even told me, she was like, after she graduated college, she wasn't even trying to date or anything like that. She was just trying to focus on getting her career started and all those things like that going. And me, I was getting out of high school. I was focused on getting ready to go into college and all that, but at the same time, the Lord knew my heart. I more than anything, I desired to be married. I have a newspaper article that I did in track. I just ended up setting a record at one of these track meets, and they were just saying all these things like, they know that I, made the Olympic trials and all that, and, it was just a huge thing. And for some reason, I don't know why, I told them whether I go to the Olympics or do anything really big in sports, I said my number one thing is that I want to have a good marriage. That was me. That was my focus. So that's what I'm saying. There was no me going to try to date without no intentions of being married, because that's what it's there for anyway. We call it dating and all that to our day, but I don't know what they call it back in the Bible days. All I know is that whenever they took somebody to be their wife, I don't know what process they went through, but I guarantee you it probably wasn't no year-long or no 2-year-long process before they, so-called tied the knot. So yeah, so that's what needs to be pushed. That if you're going to be dating somebody, what is your intentions? Is it because, I be seeing my friends, they be all booed up. That's why I hear a lot down here, is that they're booed up. But again, what is the intentions? That's all you have to ask yourself. Ask yourself that whenever you think about wanting a boyfriend or when you think about wanting a girlfriend. What is your intentions? Why do you want it? For what reason? And like I said, I know that when certain hormones kick in, you want to have somebody to love on, to hug on, and all that. But push that aside. Now give me other reasons. Then you'll see why. Being booed up, hugged up with somebody, having another warm body in the bed, you know, having somebody there, the sex part of it. I understand all that, but what I'm saying is that list that I just named off, that should be a shorter list than everything else and what you're going to be looking for in somebody or what you want to do it for. But like I said, again, I know I keep repeating myself. You should have it in your mind that if you plan on dating, the reason behind it should be with the intent on finding somebody to marry. All right? Okay.